She won't stay long.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. Let's see.
Doing all the necessary stuff I gotta do.
Yep.
How's my sound to you guys? Okay?
I hear you fine through Zoom.
Good, good. That's perfect then.
I'm gonna make sure my Twitch sound
Your
is
repurposed freighter
off,
drifts
though.
through space.
I've been,
Yes, it is.
As you stare
It's
out
off.
at the star-flecked void, another ship comes in.
All
Wait,
right.
is this sci-fi? I thought we agreed on a World War II campaign. Oh, did we?
Okay.
That's cool. I can pivot.
Alrighty.
The smell of smoke
Cool
curdles
giveaway
in your
tonight.
nostrils.
Hold
as
up.
you-
Yeah?
I thought we were prepping for
Yeah,
a zombie
hard copy
apocalypse
of
campaign.
reprint Expeditions to the Ruins of GREYHAWK.
All right, here's what
Ooh.
we're doing. It's the year 3700. Humanity's elite fled to other planets long ago, taking with them all forms of advanced technology. Earth survivors scrape by with historic
been
tools
sucked
as
over
weird
to
phenomena
two
plague
more
abandoned
games.
nuclear sites. Witnesses report seeing glowing lights and the dead rising from their graves. And amidst the chaos,
That's the
three
no, that's
strangers
the
meet
ad.
in a dim bar. A veteran zombie
Oh, that's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
an
no,
ad?
disgraced
Okay.
general
No, there's
outfit
just my-
it's one of
my
a space
sponsors.
mercenary sent to
Yeah, he
investigate
runs-
power plants. Now describe your
He runs some
characters.
sponsors.
Sponsor
Right,
ads.
right.
We're not. Yeah, we
Do
go
that.
live once the sponsor ads run
I
through
have
and all.
the
We'll go
right
live.
tools
Yep.
for the
yep,
job.
yep. They can hear us though. That's we talk over the shtick.
I made that mistake once.
That's okay.
Didn't realize that we were actually broadcasting sound already. Used some colorful language.
That's all right.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what I got here. Make sure I'm good. Start sending my shout outs out. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of ads.
Signat is here to eat an onion and cry.
Yeah, I guess so. But that's all good.
Oh, but they don't have an onion or a reason to cry.
A story once spoken.
Life is complicated.
Speechless.
It
How
is.
do you know?
The dungeon.
Because he stated that in chat.
Yeah, it's in the
curious
chat.
are the ones most courageous. The tree that endures has to bend. From stillness, the mad mage is stirring. From countless voices, the castle
Let me see
takes
here.
shape.
He's getting through some things.
Zagig will
Almost done.
test the enduring.
Whew.
Those unlucky will never
Yeah, let's
escape.
pull up some.
Wow. Cool, Dragger. Michael, what's up? Next to last stream before my hip replacement, though. So there you go. I'll have Legends of Horror on Wednesday, and that'll be it. For a little bit, not long, you know. Say, oh, take it this time, you know. I think I was back on 10 days. Just gotta be careful, that's all. All right. Some good stuff here with our Escape 3D. Got the last one there, Dennis. Shout out. There we go. All right, so we're good on that. Cool, Jeff. Hey, there's nothing to sneeze about with 5 years, man. Maldin and I are a little crazier than the rest of you. But that's okay. Part of the fun. Bigger. Just came in. What's up, Epic Realms? How you doing? I'll be live in a second, but I'll cut it short. Give me a second here to get thank you very much. It's awesome. Got a really great show tonight. Really going to be a fun discussion. Give me one sec here. Yeah, Coco's going to raid in too. When the raid came in, I thought it was Coco playing. I was like, oh my gosh, it's Epic Realms. That's awesome. So you want to stick around, and you also, I'm 4 followers away from 13,000, everyone. So if you don't mind, someone give me those 4 follows and try to be crazy. So great to see you all. Plus we got a great giveaway tonight, really awesome giveaway. I gotta hit the right button here to shut that exclamation point drawing. It's already set up. Okay.
Yeah, since it's only the 2 of us, you want Rick to hang around from the beginning, or
yeah, I said to me, yeah, stick around for as long as you want, man.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Hang in there, Rick.
Hang in, man.
Hang in there. I messaged Grayson. they're gonna watch. Yeah. Yeah, I heard. They're gonna watch the flip side recording later.
Coming in live.
Woo-hoo. Well, I don't hear any music.
Oh yeah, because that's coming through the broadcast.
I know.
Yeah. On Twitch, you wouldn't get your Twitch sound up.
Yeah, no, I turned my Twitch sound off so I don't go crazy.
You're right. All right, so we're like 6, 7, 8 minutes. Or who cares, right? We got some things to go over anyway. So, good evening, welcome. Last Gabbin, at least for a week, as I go in for my second hip surgery replacement on Thursday, 3 weeks early though. So welcome. Thank you, Epic Realms, for a great raid in there. Please give them a follow. And tonight, it's been a little while, but we do have 2 guests tonight. I don't know if any of my guys are going to make it. We tried to make that happen, but I don't think it's going to happen. But let's talk about, let's introduce everyone here. First with the legend himself, almost as long of a campaign as me. I mean, going all the way back to 1980, the great Dennis Tetro. Maldin, welcome, man.
Thanks for the invite.
Of course, man. I really appreciate you being free for this, because I think it's going to be a really fun discussion tonight. Here comes Coco. Look at that timing. Look at that as Coco comes in too.
Woohoo!
Dennis, introduce your great friend and player of 44 years.
Something like that. Yeah.
Wow.
This is Rick Ash. He's been one of my players since actually. We were trying to figure that out when we had the 25th anniversary stream. I think Rick joined the campaign in '82, I think. Was that what we figured?
Yeah, 81 or 82.
81 or 82. So it was about a year or 2 after I started, after the campaign. Although technically,
wow,
the campaign began in early '80 with our mutual friend Eric Price, and then I came in a couple of months after Eric had started, and then Rick. Rick was around already, I think, but didn't start playing until 81 or 82.
By the way, hard copy Expeditions Ruins of Greyhawk reprint giveaway tonight. Exclamation point drawing. All right.
I got my
I don't
copy.
care
over
if you
here
win
somewhere.
if you're in Canada or not. I'll ship it. It doesn't matter. So there you go. So that'll be the giveaway tonight. Exclamation point drawing. I may sweeten it a little bit, with hype trains and stuff going on. So
There's my copy.
yeah, you got an original. This one's a lot thicker. Notice the
Oh.
binder is much more.
Oh,
thick
is it a
than-
reprint? Well,
it's a reprint.
but and,
Yeah.
and I got everybody signed there.
Yes, that's beautiful, man. Absolutely.
Eric
that-
sent me a copy.
Dennis, what did that say on there? Did it say "Long live the king"?
It said "Long live Melcott" or Maldin. Probably. Well, shit.
It's,
It probably did. Yeah. So.
long. Oh no, that was from James Jacobs. He wrote "Long live Igwild."
No. Oh, I was right.
So some things as we get rolling here, I want to discuss. You all know, most of the community knows, and thank you for Epic Realms and Coco Bunny for the raids. Really appreciate it. Coco's a regular player in my campaign now. Hey, there's GREYHAWK Mike. So Maldin
Awesome.
wanted to invite you on, Mike. So if you're bored,
I did.
yeah, he did. So if you're bored, want to come on, man, you're welcome for this great discussion.
Yeah.
So, everyone knows I'm going to have the second hip replacement. Got moved up 3 weeks, which is good for me, but bad for my schedule I already had. So just note, we'll have Legends and Lore on Wednesday, and then that'll be it until my target date. I know it's going to be, people can go, you're insane. The target date back is going to be Saturday, August 2nd for a game, either me DMing a game or Curtis GMing a Champions game, which will be a little bit easier for me just to sit here upstairs and play. So we'll figure out, see how I feel. So thank you, Enoch. We'll figure it all out, but that'll be the target date back, and then we'll go from there. Just depends on how good I'm going to be with physically. So just shout that out. Plus, GREYHAWK Virtual GrokCon 6, we're about almost halfway of our goal of submissions for events. I think we have 22 in, but none of the other streaming channels have put in anything yet. So I got to get on them. I'll do that next couple days before I'm out for a bit. All right. So I'm going to start this off with a negative. It's not a negative to myself or to Dennis or to Rick, but I know Dennis even reposted it. The evil empire out there struck again a couple weeks ago, because people can't help themselves but reprint and replay the same shit over and over again since 2017 when the article first came out, right? And I'm just going to go to the channel and here, look, Mike's coming on. All right, there we go. Thanks, old. And that is the game, right? Mr. Robert Wardall, who incidentally Anna thought I was Robert Wardall the first time we met, and that was funny.
Oh.
Not only do I have Robert Wardall by 2 years, so does Dennis. Correct?
And I'm sure there are lots of others out there as well. I mean, there are lots of people who have been playing since before us, since the 70s.
Yes.
Thousands of people who've been playing since the 70s. How does somebody come around and say, well, I have the oldest campaign in the world? How can you say that?
True. Ed Greenwood's campaign itself goes back to the mid-70s. And Andrew Scott Perry's Warp GREYHAWK derivation campaign.
Yeah.
That Gary Con this year, 2026, is in its 50th anniversary. It's 1976.
Wow.
So, yes. Hey, Bill, thank you very much. So, we're going to talk about long-term campaigns tonight. We're going to talk about fun stuff. I know you had Monty Hall days, so did I. Rick, you probably were part of some of it.
That never happened.
Nope.
Let's just have fun and talk about
we never did the Giant series. No, never. No.
I was going to say, Dennis learned that from Eric earlier in our campaign.
Okay.
Yes.
Don't hand it all out on the first date, because they're not going to come back.
No.
But yeah, and we're gonna reminisce a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I reached out to a couple of my guys. Bill, if you're not doing anything, you want to come on and reminisce a little bit from '92 when you first came on, you're more than welcome to. I saw you in chat, but it's okay. We're gonna talk about the early days, the later days, what we're gonna do, how you keep it together, how you just do long-term plot arcs, and you actually write them down, which is insane, Dennis. I mean, those documents you sent to me. So, you know,
Rick's gonna have PTSD later. 'Cause whenever he sees the timeline, he freaks out.
I'm feeling my anxiety go up right now.
Don't worry about it. All right, so Jay, the Hools module, you are published, not a favor. Yes, and Altamira, the other one's a teaser's guide. So I do have some published work. Thank you, BB. Look, I don't have enough. We're almost through level 4. I'll do a second giveaway. I'll do your choice of an adventure. I have a show can't here reprint. I got a Cult of the Reptile Guide. So we'll do a second one. So we're gonna do 2. Hey, Sage. Sage just played on Thursday. Second time she's ever played D&D with me.
Oh,
yes,
congrats!
In the
nice.
Academy game. So Rick, tell us. Well, first off, Mike, what do you? Thanks for hopping on. What do you think about this discussion?
Yeah, only for Maldin.
Yeah, only. You looking forward to this? You looking forward to hearing some stories? You told a lot of good stories. Yeah.
I'm just here to listen, but I'll chime in if I have anything.
Fantastic.
Really
fantastic. That's going to be a wonderful discussion. And just sit back and enjoy. Ask some questions. Exclamation point join to get in the giveaway. Like I said, I'm looking forward to something like this. And I didn't. It wasn't. It was like, what was it? Yesterday I brought you this idea, Dennis, or Friday night, right?
Yeah, you told me Friday night.
I said Friday night. Hey, Anna's not going to be around. Dennis, you available? He's like, yeah. All right, cool. Yes, Gary. So, Rick, we have to know how you guys met. How did that happen?
That's a funny story.
All right, let's hear it.
So me and 2 of my friends were at a big mall. We were walking around, and we met 3 other people that were friends of Dennis's best friend at the time. And they said, hey, we got a dad that's a hippie and he don't care what we do. Let's all go back to my place. So we all went back there, and there was probably, some drinking going on. And no. And then I met Dennis through them. So he's a third-party character.
It happens that way. That's how Bill.
It happens that way.
That's how I met Bill, though, through third party. They're bowling buddies or whatever. You know what I mean? It happens.
Yep.
I knew Alan from junior high, and Walt from high school, freshman year at high school, and then I met Tim through Walt, Marco through Walt. I mean, it just happens that way. So you didn't miss anything, man.
Our buddy Eric Price, he's the guy who originally started all of us on D&D. His dad, Eric's the guy that Rick's talking about. Eric's dad, Gary, was a musician, and the house was a house of musicians, and you could walk into that house at any time of the day or night, and there'd be people up doing stuff, playing music. No, door was never locked. There was always somebody awake, playing music or playing games or whatever. And so that was for us for 2 decades, D&D Central, because that's where we played. Everybody, a lot of the people from the early games were people in the house, visiting the house. And yeah.
So, it's a casualty. Here's what's happening. You had Coco on or something, and she raided into me. Now you got 2 screens open. That's why it's doubling. That happens all the time. You may have 2 streams up and a raid in or something. That's my guess. Why it's doubling.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. That's what it is. So just you just close one of the screens. Happens all the time. Yep. Thank you for the hype train, everyone.
Somebody's hearing double voices.
Yeah, I know, man. I know. It happens a lot. So, Gary, Mike, when did you start?
Me.
Gary wanted to know.
Let's see. I was 10 years old, so that would have been what, 82?
Okay, you're right in there.
Because I had that. I still have it. I had this,
Ooh.
right? Old.
I
Anyhow,
have one of those
You got a
somewhere here.
Mulvey, yes.
yeah, Moldvay. It says on the side, ages 10 and up. So I was like biding my time. So I was 10 to get that. And
Cool.
then it's all downhill from there.
It is, isn't it?
And then
Oh,
you
hell
pick
yeah.
up friends. It started in junior high and just snowballed from there up to college.
All right, so all four of us are 40 plus, 43 years plus. You know, crazy.
Players, yeah.
Play 40. I'm 47. In this, I went since I was 1978. Started playing. I played Holmes Basic. You know, so my first box didn't have dice. It had these chits in it. Had to cut them apart and put them in glasses. Like, what the hell? Where's it? You know. But then the second box we got of it had dice. But wish I had those sets. But I do not. I can't find it. So, but let's talk about and we're going to bounce all over the place, everyone. Please feel free to ask questions. It's going to be a fun discussion tonight. So that would be awesome, though, Dennis. The City of Melcott box set. That would be great. What?
Gary's been bugging me about that for a long time.
Rick, give me the memory that sticks in your head going all the way back to 1980, 81, 82.
I sat in with the guys late on a Friday or Saturday night. It was probably midnight or later. And it was a raid on a Githyanki ship on the Astral.
Fed Defensor?
It was Maldin and Ellen Derry and their
Yeah.
party.
That was the Fed
And they-
Offense
Yes!
adventure.
Out of the
Yeah,
Dragon. Nice.
Yep.
That was
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
that was it.
Nice.
I sat in.
How did you know
They
that?
gave me a fighter. Who would that be, Dennis? What fighter would that be?
Probably Bosk.
Bosk. That's right. And
Yeah.
they said, okay, when we point, you roll the dice.
That's great.
Oh,
That's fantastic.
guys, I loved it. I stood around kind of a little bit watching, sit in. I was invited a couple times. It's like, it's whatever, but it looked like it was, up my alley. So, and then I finally sat in on it, and that was the one.
Wow. Fed Defensor. What a game to go in on the astral plane.
There
Right?
you go.
Oh man. That's a nasty
I'm my
adventure.
own box set.
What a nasty,
Ooh.
yeah.
Did Roger write Fed Offenser? Who wrote Fed Offenser? I don't remember.
Someone will tell us online.
Yeah, probably.
I
Somebody
don't know if
will pull it
Roger
up.
did
One of
that
the
one
many
or not.
followers.
So someone look it up in the in Dragon, please, for us and find out who the author was on that one. It could have been, but that one I'm not sure 100%. You know, he had the Baba Yaga's Hut, right, which is on.
Yeah, but certainly I think that was during the time of Roger's editorship of Dragon, I think.
Right in that 82, yeah, 82 was the era of the chessboard set pictures. Remember?
Yes.
The 3 different
yeah.
chessboards.
Those were great.
Yeah,
covers.
beautiful. That's a golden era. I look at that. I look at that from Dragon. Was it 37 with the anti-paladin in it through the first 100 to 110?
Yeah,
That's great. I mean, that's like gold. That's a golden era for me. You know, but everyone
But
has their own golden
just to
era.
put some perspective on this. How many people could you? This is the power of the game, and the society that it creates. The game. How many people could you ask? What were you doing 40 years ago? And on top of that, how did it make you feel while you were doing it?
No, you're dead on, man.
This is what Dungeons and Dragons has done for me. I mean, I have friends, that I didn't meet through the game, but like bonded with through the game.
Mhm.
Right? We became great friends over the game, and then realized we had many, many more, outside interests that kept the friendship going. But it was the core of it was D&D.
Well, and the next layer to that is what kind of experience that Rick mentions, the Githyanki outpost in the Astral, and both of you guys know exactly what it
Hooked
is,
right up.
have experienced the adventure yourselves. It's a shared experience with all of the people who played that adventure 40 years ago and remember it to this day. Right. It's multi-layered and it's community building.
It's a wonderful feeling. And there's funny times and argumentative times and sad times and all that. And, that when you go that far back, and my earliest memory of believe it or not, was Hidden Shrine of Tomoacon. That because in that, and that was before 80. That was before my campaign, because you had those adventures that were all monochrome one color, right? They didn't really colorize the front pages yet, right? All right. And so you had that, and Hamlet was out, right? And
it was originally an RPGA round, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a tournament. It was C1. It was the first one. And that was it. And then, how many times did we run Keep on the Borderland? You know what I mean?
We've had. Well, I think Keep on the Borderland may have been my first adventure.
Alan
Rogers. Borb's first adventure.
Yeah. The very first character I created was a fighter. Aragorn. I'm sorry, I wasn't very original back there in naming.
It's okay. We have an Aragorn and an Arathorn in our game too.
I think everybody's had an Aragorn. But yeah,
campaign right now.
Right now, I mean, Arathorn right now is Aragorn's dead. Aragorn got killed on, if you ran Egg of the Phoenix at the very end when that plane of sepulcher dissolves. I don't know. Dennis, you ever look at that one, Egg of the Phoenix, Frank Benser?
No, I actually never have run that one.
Yeah, a whole plane goes away at the end. But so Aragorn died, but Arathorn, it was in reverse. His son lived on. So we've all had him, Gargamon. You know what I mean? It's just part of growing up. You don't know that many names. We also have, Laird Hamilton and most of these are Waltz though. A lot of female singers and stuff. It's just they're all over the place, names like that. So,
well, our friend Eric had a character named Eric the Cleric.
Eric, that's funny. That's good. That's good. And
I have an Eric the Cleric in my Parentland campaign.
Do you really?
Currently.
I wonder if it's the same guy.
That's so funny.
Is he a Fultus worshiper?
Could be.
I actually, he might have either Fultus or Pelor. I don't remember.
Oh my gosh, what a coincidence.
So, Jeff, speaking of Melf, here, I'm going to show everyone that I'm not a complete loser. Look, I have writing for the book for Luke Gygax. There you go. So
woohoo.
I'm actually got my writing edge on back. So there you go. Yeah, things are going well. But all right. So what a start, man. What level were the characters in Fed Defense were there? That's like for 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th level, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they were 10th or 12th or something like that.
Yeah, well, I think I think even Maldin and Allendale may have been, because I think they did it on their own when you ran that.
Yeah.
Oh no, well no, Borb was there. There was did John play that game? I can't remember now.
Well, I think there was lots of us around the table that night.
Was there?
I gotta think John was in on it.
So must have been Eric must have been playing his cleric. Azimus. Yeah, and John would have been playing maybe Maldin and Allendale, I don't know. But anyways, he would have been, they would have been 16, 17, I think, by then.
Yeah.
It would have been, yeah.
Correct, Jeff. The old days, man, we were leveling up like crazy. Now,
we did, yeah. No, leveling went fast back in those days.
But was it because we were kids and we didn't have dates and we were playing playing every night of the week? I don't even remember.
Well, no, and that certainly is part of it. Back in those days, playing in Gary's house, that musician house. I mean, we were playing sometimes a couple of times a week all night. I mean, we didn't have lives otherwise. There were some weekends where we started Friday night and went until Sunday afternoon until we collapsed. Like we played all through the entire weekend. So you can get a lot done when you're playing 48 hours straight.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen anymore now that we are all grown up and got jobs and shit. But
Well, Dennis, 2 Saturdays ago, I'm doing Belgian speaking 24 hours straight through, and we got it done.
yeah, but you're weird.
We got
you
done
have
15.
you have these stream marathons for raising charity and all, all of these
True,
sorts
but
of
this
things.
is this once a year. I do gonna do a
Oh
mega
yeah,
stream once a
no,
year
it's
now.
cool. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. No, it's awesome that you do that for
Yeah.
sure.
But that is like the
Yeah,
camaraderie.
Scottish Chef was doing the same thing at the same time, playing
Yeah.
marathons. Yeah.
We played marathons through to 85, and then everyone went off to college, or a lot of people stayed local. So, had
Yeah.
people coming in and out, had people coming in and out that don't play anymore. But like, the core group with the base, with Alan and Walt and Tim, and Marco. Then he was all over the place, and then he was out, and he moved to Ohio down the road. But people come and go. It's just part of life, right?
Well, in the mid 80s, we were playing pretty solid through my undergrad. And then in the mid 80s, I moved to the States actually to do my master's. And that kind of put a damper on the big original group. And Rick came up to Rochester, New York, a few times to play. And then I started a group in Rochester, who one of those original players saw my notice on my Facebook and made a note about how it was it was fun remembering back when we were playing in the 80s in my game, and he mentioned that he's just started a game now that he's DMing for his son.
Awesome.
Which is passing the torch to the
wow.
next generation.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. My son's got one character. That's it. That's all. He wants to play the same character, a 7th level fighter.
Okay.
Yeah. And he actually played at Page. See if I can find that as we're talking. Those pictures from Page are pretty cool. He actually went to a con. Bill's kid, Sean did, and Tim's son went, and Michael Zudrak's kids went, and they played Nana's game at the con. Yeah, so it was like cool. It's like the generations are now, we're old. Let's face it. We're old, all of us.
Because of all the stories I've told about playing with Dennis over the years, my kid won't play with me.
Really? He's
They're
afraid,
intimidated. Dad, I'm intimidated by having to play with you. I can't possibly see how I can live up to that kind of pressure.
There you go. There's me.
There's a screenshot.
My son, Bill, Mr. Crafter.
that.
There's Phantom Rob, and then Sean, Bill's son there. That's from Page, this year, 2025. So.
Jeez, Jay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's.
I don't think Rick knows, but Page is a convention in Jersey or New Jersey.
In Philly,
right?
in Philly, right
Oh,
outside.
Philly,
Yeah.
Philadelphia. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's new. This will be year 3. Let me see here if I got any other. That's me the other day. That's me another day. I know I had a group picture somewhere. I got so many. Oh, here we go. This is a group picture of all the people that played. There you go.
Oh, nice.
There's Tom. Tom played in that too.
That's nice.
Yeah. So it was a fun time. Yep. And this gentleman and his son drove from North Jersey that morning down just to play in the game.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really cool. He wanted to have his young son experience it, so we had a blast. We had a good time. So, yeah, John, Page is a blast. We're gonna have a real fun time this year. We're gonna have a ton of community people there this year. It's gonna be awesome, and so is Gary Con. So, all right. So let's get into some meat and potatoes here on. My campaign's always been based on this. Starting in GREYHAWK, the Order of Ulick, right? That's where I went. Now I'm going to bring the map up here because we all have fun tidbits, including, you know, Dennis has something huge on this. Bring up the GREYHAWK map. So right around 19, you know, we were venturing before, but there was no order of yield till GREYHAWK came out, right? So, and you got, you know, Altamira appears in 1987 because at a weekend away, right down in Virginia. But this area of the Order of Ulick is where it started. Right down here is Wales Castle. Yeah, all right. I like the Welsh, so I made it. Yeah, there you go. and then Outpost 1 and 2 appeared up here along, because there's nothing along this, right? There's nothing. I'm like, why aren't the humanoids like they did in Living GREYHAWK? Why aren't they crossing this river and attacking everyone? There's nothing stopping them, right? Dennis and I'm like, so that's how it happened with us. And you, no, were you in GREYHAWK first, or were you in Malkosia first?
Oh, City of GREYHAWK first.
GREYHAWK, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you started in Free City GREYHAWK. Now, I was pre-box set?
No, too far north.
Yeah, pre-box set? Yeah, I'm not paying attention.
Yeah. Well, it was the folio, right?
Yeah, and there wasn't much on the city in there.
No, there wasn't. I mean, the only thing that you had were what few adventures were kind of either set in the City of GREYHAWK or could be set in the City of GREYHAWK. Yeah, that was it. That's the puppy that the campaign was originally built on. And well, really, I mean, the giant Drow series, right?
Mhm.
Those were some of the first adventures that I DM'd. Eric started out as the DM originally, and then I took over as DM shortly after joining. But I think the very first giant, Eric may have DM'd it, and then I took over after that.
The G series?
Yeah, the G series, the GDQ.
Right up here, Jones, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So out in the mountains there.
Yeah, right here. Yeah, I know it'll blow in here, and it's hard to see sometimes.
Yeah.
Where it is.
Now, well, that and at the time there really wasn't an absolute set location.
You didn't need to place everything on the map back then in the old days.
We traveled to the mountains, the hell furnaces.
That's it. That's
well,
true.
Eventually I did place them more accurately, but
you did. Absolutely. We'll show some of that. Yeah. Yeah, some people, the question out there was like, there's no Free City GREYHAWK box set till 1989.
Oh, no.
My answer, love you, Coco. Thank you for the raid. That was so awesome, and great job on 32 hours of streaming straight. I don't know how you did it. I have no idea. Yeah, no idea. But Dennis, you were there. So were you using just tidbits of stuff and you were making up your own? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, we had to. I mean, especially considering the thickness of those modules originally, like 16 pagers or 32 pagers.
They weren't that much on detail.
No, they weren't.
There was detail in the rooms.
Yes.
There wasn't detail on the surroundings.
But there was no setting detail. No.
100%. 100%. Yeah. That's great.
And one of the first adventures that
thanks, Patrick,
included even mention of, say, details or descriptions of outdoor stuff was Sojkamp, and there was some little bit of bits and bytes about outdoor adventuring and that sort of thing. But no, those early adventures had very little background information, and so you had to fly by the seat of your pants and make it up as you went along.
So I got embarrassed this last Thursday. Now, Robert Hartley rated into me still, but he does one card from Trivial Pursuit D&D.
Okay.
Let's see who can get this. I had the answer. Crap. Sorry, didn't mean to do that.
All right. How do I play?
Wait. It all moved around. I didn't do that time. I swear to God. All right. So the question was, in the original 1976 version of Shokanth that was run at Gen Con, how was Shokanth spelled?
Oh, I don't have that original module, so
You
I
mean
don't
it can be
know.
spelled worse?
Yes, if you did, it's worth about $8,000 now.
Oh, to sell the module.
Is that it? No J? Is that it, old? That's how it was? Just CSOCANTH? No J in it?
Okay. Oh,
Yeah. Well,
okay.
that I did not know. Yeah, no, that's the originals. Yeah. No, so that's the question: is how was it spelled back then? So yeah, we just don't. Yeah, but hey, Fosco, it's good. It's good in the it's good. It's cool. I mean, and there's Dragonlance questions and there's Forgotten Realm questions. I have no chance of answering, none. So, but yeah, the Lost Shokanth. Okay, Shokanth. Yeah, with a I think he's right. I think BB's right. Are you sure? There's an O instead of an A. I don't know, but that was just
I
a
don't know.
question. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Shokanth. Yeah. So
Yeah.
just bringing it up, but here it is up there. So yeah, Shokanth was and it also had all those monsters that were going to appear in Monster Manual 2 in the back
Yeah.
too, which was cool.
Well, the extra
83, I think
booklet
that was.
that came in with it, with the new magic items and the Demonomicon,
Yep.
and it was really the first adventure that included something meaty in it that wasn't technically part of the adventure. It was at the addition of that extra book, which was cool. The adventure itself, I know we can agree to disagree. I think the adventure itself sucks. it's it's a bunch of random rooms with random monsters in it. So I think the adventure itself sucks, but I think all
Here
of the
it is.
supplemental, I think all of the supplemental material that came in that package was awesome. It was. And for that reason, it's a good thing. But yeah, the new monsters, the new magic items, there's a whole bunch of stuff in there that really added something to the game that thin little, you know, Glacial Rift of the Frost Giant Jarl didn't add, right?
Right, and this is his first appearance at Grazitz.
Yeah. Yes. Yep. That's true.
And a lot of other demon lords. So I guess, and we've never asked this question to anyone who's there. Why? My guess is that they Gary wanted this rushed out in '82 before
Maybe
Monster Manual 2 came out, right? It's because
it's possible. Yeah.
yeah. So
I don't know why that adventure stands out like that as so unusual in structure.
that's why
I,
it's like Carlos's number 2, no 2, 3
is it?
that realm. Yeah, it's my number 2. I got Temple 1, this 2, Tharsden 3.
Yeah.
So.
I like Theriston, which came after this as a sequel, was a much more put together adventure. It had I think it was organized a lot better than as an adventure.
Rick, did you run through these?
I like Theriston. Rick's been in Temple of Theriston twice, I think, with 2 different character parties, separated by over 10 years.
Hey, sometimes you just go back and run something. Like I said, I just ran Baltron's Beacon a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago.
Well, now normally though, one of my philosophies is that when an adventure has been run, it's been run because my campaign world is a fully integrated, like
right.
So when I ran Sajkanth the second time, it wasn't a rerunning of Sajkanth. It was a revisit of a temple that had been raided and destroyed 10 years before. It was a revisit of the same location in the same timeline. Wasn't a rerun of the adventure itself.
A lot of there's a lot of wishing to go back and know all that information, and some stuff we're never going to know. We're just not going to. Leonard told us a lot of stuff. But for me, Dennis, I call it bad TV show editing. So if I run something again, who cares? Right? It's integrated in my campaign, but all right. Or if someone can't make it for a week, and there's a stand-in and someone else is playing another character in addition, all right.
Yeah.
That's the way I do it.
Well, okay.
Because I don't want to hold off because one person can't make it. So
Right.
but it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. In everyone's opinion, what is an underrated Monty Hall adventure?
Underrated.
Monty Hall adventure? Like
Monty Hall.
a published Monty Hall adventure?
What was that one called, Dennis? Was it called The Needle?
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, Needle.
Needle?
Well,
at
one
the
of
end,
Niles
didn't we
wrote it.
find a million gold pieces or something?
something, yeah.
Whoa.
One of Rick's original parties started with Needle, actually. So he has a particular affinity for it. Yeah. This is where Blondie and Ghost came from, right?
That's right. Yes.
So the
absolutely.
characters, the characters that are in the adventure, Rick took on as his own characters and continued to play those characters.
Nice.
Yep, they rounded up my party.
Yeah.
So here's our Monty Hallism to start out. We like when we were short players, we'd let them bring henchmen along. They were allowed to go into the rogues gallery and pick them out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But except for the guy who's all 18 stats in each section. You couldn't have that one. Because there's one guy of almost all 18s in there. Yeah. So, yeah.
For a brief shining moment, we had a character that was the spaceship, the Barrier Peaks event party, who had all 18s. His name was Clark Kent. He perished in that adventure.
Did he really? Wow. So, Mike, did you run Shokanth or Farriston, right?
I am currently running Thurston.
I know. That's
on Tuesday nights. Yes. For the first time. I do run.
We won't give away
over.
anything.
Okay. No, none of my players are on here.
Okay.
But I do run modules over. I'm not in your guys' camp where I run a continuous campaign. I change every edition.
Sure.
I start over. But that said, I have had some very long-term campaigns where Monty Hall ones. GREYHAWK Ruins is the one I always think of.
That's Monty Hall.
Because it made my 2E characters so ridiculously wealthy that the campaign just went into the stratosphere. It was crazy.
Yeah, and I would get when Altamira first opened up, plots of land were going for 20,000 gold pieces each because everyone had so much freaking money. And I'm like, well, it's just supply and demand. Or like, I was like, that's why, because you guys are rich. So, that's
Rick's runs through GREYHAWK Ruins as well, but the one tower where there's just so much gold in it. It's just, it's crazy.
Maldin, I did a blog post on this on the.
Of course you did.
Yes, the War Tower in GREYHAWK Ruins with all the gold. It's over 1 million gold pieces worth.
Oh my gosh!
Loot. So
if you pull it all out,
and there's 3 towers.
Geez.
So just the one will make you a millionaire. The other 2, who knows?
Well, that's where the magic is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I put down
Dennis,
2 Mahars as Monty Hall.
Didn't you make a lot of that? Didn't you make a lot of that gold in ours for the first 4 levels or something? It was all fake. It was.
I think I may have done that. I think
You have to sometimes.
The candlestick was gold, and we were all like, "Oh my God, look at this!" And we're stuffing it in things, and it comes out. We get it out, and it was half.
Is plated or painted.
There's a diamond.
It was gold, but it wasn't what we thought it was. And then the thieves looking at it in detail, going, "What is this crap?"
I've done that.
Melt it. So that was. I get maybe you did that for us to calm it down a bit, but.
I think so.
It's funny how we all as DMs do stuff that it's like, oh, it's not that and that, and early on they didn't understand. It's not verbatim. You don't have to run verbatim in what's in the book.
Oh no,
you know what I mean? I'll give you a cool example. Mike, I think Mike, you're doing Farriston first, then Shokanth second, correct? Which is the way Carlos.
That's the plan.
Yeah,
we'll see how it goes.
That's good. Carlos and I both
Sure.
agree that it should be
Yeah.
run that way. It makes more sense. It feels more momentous at the end of Showcant. So yeah, but it's all good. But we all have done crazy stuff. You know, the Monty Hall days. I remember I had a fight with Titivalis, right? Which is a demon, a lesser demon, servant of Despater. Titivalis, and I want to say 10 Ogre Magi, and a couple other things. And like all those Ogre Magi threw all their beams, you know, they die 8 ice ray at the same time. You know, the crazy, stupid stuff. Yeah, and just pulverized one. Tim had a 20th level Paladin Floormans, and I popped him like a, you know, froze him, you know, like a boom, like that. Yeah, but he was a Monty Hall character. Like when we were playing high levels, they didn't bring some of them up from first. Like there's pure characters brought up from first, and some of these characters that still are hanging around were brought in from other campaigns back then because we needed, you know, if we wanted to run higher level adventures, you know. So that happened. That happened a lot too. So, but that was the charm of the game. It didn't matter, you know, just crazy stuff. You charge 25,000 for resurrection. That's about right for res. I mean, for raised dead, I charge 4,000, but for resurrection, 25 sounds about right. Restoration could be 20,000 for level drains. I mean, yeah. So what do you guys do, Rick? What does Dennis do if a character dies and there's a little bit of him left? Is he gone, or is he got a hope of getting resurrected?
We've never lost one.
Really?
Well, we've had
lost
a
one.
couple that have died, but by the time somebody has died, usually they're high enough level to either have a cleric in the party that can cast it, or they go and get them back. So the few that have died have been rezzed. So I don't think we've ever had a permanently dead character except for the Barrier Peaks party. When they blew up the ship, there was nothing left
Darling.
to resurrect.
Well, I was going to say,
and
in our campaign lately, we haven't lost anybody.
no,
Care
no.
is, of course, lost, but he's
Well,
lost.
yeah. So we had a character that there was a failed mission at some point, and a character was carted away to the abyss as a prisoner, and so Maldin and Ellenderry are getting ready to stage a rescue mission. It's taken, well, years really to build up to the point where they're gonna go after him. But yeah, but that's a part of the kind of bigger picture as well. But and the adventure that I'm going to run for when they go to rescue Care is Throne of Bloodstone.
Yeah. So, all right. So you blew up the Barrier Peak ship.
There was two reasons why I did that.
I understand why. Let's go get more tech. I got it.
I didn't want the tech in my GREYHAWK.
Right.
I didn't. And the other thing that happened was all of the characters from that party were in a binder that was borrowed by a friend of ours who took it home.
Yes.
And in a fit of relationship meltdown, his ex threw everything out.
Oh,
we lost all of the character sheets, and so my solution to that was to kind of rule that as they were going through the ship, they did something that set off the reactors and turned it into a big crater, and all of the characters are forever gone. My concerns of tech polluting my world of GREYHAWK were gone, and I had an excuse for this party of about a dozen, at least a dozen characters that are now gone. We could never play again. So it kind of was a brush of the DM hand that solved multiple problems.
Yeah.
But take those away, and we don't have really anybody that's died.
Yeah, no, those are the only ones that were ever permanently gone.
That sucks. So I don't let their folders stay in the house, right? Those folders. If they want a copy over one or whatever, at least, you know.
It's a
And
hard
now
lesson.
technology is a little different, right?
Yeah, it's a hard lesson. And now we've got digital copies of stuff.
Yeah,
So it's hard for something to happen like that again. Like when that happened, that was the mid 80s. That was the mid 80s.
Yeah.
So
we were always worried. Like, for example, my buddy Marco had took all his characters because he wanted, you know, sheets get back then. We weren't using cardstock like we do now on sheets. We were using regular paper. The paper frays. You get the erase marks and there's holes in it. He took them all, his entire folder, and flipped his car going around a curve in an ice storm. He was okay, but I was like, the sheets.
the sheets.
Who
cares if you broke your leg? It'll heal.
That's it. They're not leaving. Yeah. So yeah, that was that, and that had to be like, I'm gonna say it's 87 that happened. So yeah,
Scottish Jeff experienced a lot of yeah. I think everybody has experienced some sort of material loss like
I've
that.
I've been lucky. As you can see, all the crap I got, you know, it hasn't happened. Okay, Patrick asked a question. Do you prefer tabletop props or theater of the mind?
Well, certainly both, but we don't use very many in our games. We don't use many props or even figurines. There was a brief time where we used figurines, and now we just use paper maps, or in the case of when Rick and I are playing, because Rick and I are separated by a 4-hour drive right now. When we play with Roll20. We're marking character positions on the maps when we do that. So it's theater of the mind for us.
Okay. And that's where we differentiate, which is okay.
Oh, your setting with your basement tabletop, and holy smokes, it's like,
that's awesome.
And I don't know how you can afford it because
sponsors.
Well, that's
I see your stuff, and I see you guys playing, and I'm in awe.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
It's really good.
Yeah, we don't have the ability to do that.
Well, you know, and so when I moved into this house in 2013, I was in another house, and let me tell you, I had no room for any of that stuff. And I still didn't use underlays. I just used the green it's Fnac board, Heaven's Fnac board, 2 4x8s together on these heavy duty sawhorses, and yeah, you can play whatever you want, Sage, and there's no right or wrong way to play the game, which is the charm of it.
Oh, absolutely not.
Absolutely.
But
part of what makes the game great is the variety of ways to play it.
It evolved. We had painted miniatures before 2000, but we had all the monsters were in what was called the fishy box, which is all the slagged miniatures, all the grenadiers that were falling apart, and the Ralparthas that were just like pieces. And those were orcs, or those were ogres, or those were whatever. Not until 2000, when Miniature Building Authority really came out with their line of buildings, did we really start going hardcore in terrain. And we had an advantage of going into terrain because we were playing BattleTech. So we had the GeoHex from the 90s, which I still use to this day, the same damn GeoHex. It's getting beat to hell. So that is kind of where we had an advantage because we're playing BattleTech too. So yeah. So out of TPU too. I'm just seeing here. Got any questions here? So, real quick.
Yeah, it's Casualty. I lived in Rochester in the second half of the 80s. I went to the University of Rochester. Yeah, Eastman is a great school, though. But yeah, cool. I'm not in Rochester anymore. I'm back in Canada.
Dennis, you had no relation with your Barrier Peaks and Metamorphosis Alpha and Starship Warden, correct?
No. no,
Yeah,
not at the
so-
time, anyways.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely. So
no. We played Metamorphosis Alpha. I think Eric ran it a couple of times, and we're like, we prefer D&D. Let's just go back to that.
absolutely, we delved in a little of Gamma World, and then Tim got
Oh
us.
no, sorry. No, you're right. It was Gamma World that Eric ran, not
Yeah.
Metamorphosis Alpha.
Yeah.
We ran a couple of shots of Gamma World. I think Eric tried once to do a Boot Hill, and that just
Yeah.
Other than that, we've just been
No
strictly
top secret.
D&D, A&D. No, never did Top Secret. No.
We did Aftermath, which was like Gamma World. You know, we did the game
Okay.
Aftermath. I still have the box set and all the stuff for it. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think I have Eric's Gamma World box here somewhere.
Wow.
I think he gave me all his D&D stuff when he moved.
All right. So, are you ready
I was
to?
going to chime in,
Yeah.
Jay,
Go
real
for
quick
it, Mike.
on theater. I do theater of the mind or props when available. Just depends on the space, of course.
Mhm.
But I did want to show my one thing, the tackle box here.
Yes.
Cardboard
Oh.
counters.
Yep.
That's Battle System, GREYHAWK Wars.
Oh,
anything else
we remember Battle System. Yeah.
Yeah, I've used these things over and over hundreds of times. Never used Battle System,
Oh,
but
just
I've
the
used
counters.
the counters for my general D&D tabletop.
Yeah, and you did
course.
you use them at GaryCon, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I
Yeah.
had some zombies
Hey,
and
Rogue
stuff.
Chick.
Yeah.
Rick's showing off his Spelljammer ships.
Got to get it in the right spot, or you
Good to
guys
see
won't
ya.
be able to see it.
If you
I
put it in front of your
remember-
face, it'll be okay.
I remember when
That's
you made
better.
those, Dennis.
Tiny.
Yeah.
And also, it's good to see you, Rogue Chick. Good to see you. And sorry you had to work. Couldn't catch the game. Thursday was awesome. We had fun. 3 giant frost giantesses, and that was really crazy. There, Dennis. They were like fifth level. Some were 6th, but that was nasty. But I knew they could handle it. So
They're 5th and 6th fighting frost giants. Wow.
yeah, I know, but still, there was like they had them outnumbered. So yeah,
I got a comment real quick on Spelljammer.
Go for it.
Dennis. I ran the 5e version of Spelljammer for my friends. And we kind of cobbled together our own Spelljammer little standy things.
Okay.
They enjoyed the hell out of it. Now, if I ever, but it was not a long-term campaign. This is definitely not on topic.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you that it's the first time I ever ran Spelljammer and my friends loved it.
Well, Rick's going to tell you that that's his favorite part of our multiversal campaign. He digs the Spelljammer.
Spelljammer ruined everything previous.
Really? So I'm a 0
Disgusting.
Spelljammer in my game.
Oh, love it.
You love it. Okay.
Love it.
Yeah.
It's just the unknown. It's the unknown of the boat. The boat is coming at you. You're down to tactical. What are you going to do? You don't know what's on that boat. You don't know if there's 6 people in there. You don't know if there's 60. You can see a couple running around on the deck. And then it's on. It's time to go. So what do? It was totally different for me. It was unlike anything we'd ever played up to that point. It
So
was a lot of fun.
it's a good point that sometimes they come out and they surprise you, and then they disappoint you, right? That's just the way TSR was. So, and I think I mentioned this just on Wednesday, Mike, when Ravenloft came out, the original Ravenloft, right? And I placed it in Northern Keeland, perfect, right? It's awesome.
Yeah.
I loved it. And then when these dungeon adventures came out, where you side slipped into the Ravenloft world, but you could get out during that adventure. We love playing those. The gothic horror ones. There's like one's called, my favorite of all time is called Bane of the Shadowborn. It's in some of you probably know. It's on the cover of one of the
I don't know it.
dungeon magazines. Yeah. It was fantastic. And then they bring out the whole setting, and I was like, and then Soth. I'm like, oh, I don't need this shit. It was just too much at that point. But yeah, that surprised me, then disappointed me. Just like the Cavalier article in Dragon 72, made me excited. And then it came out after Arcane, and I'm like, what the hell is this? This isn't the same class, you know? So yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, we've added Spelljammers become an integral part of the big mega campaign, as has Planescape. So we've done a lot of Planescape stuff too.
Well, Planescape is fun. That's the same thing. You don't know what's coming at you. You don't know
It's
what they
different.
are. You don't know how high they are. It's very
It's a
different.
different
Very
world.
different.
Are you all ready to be mesmerized and like, what the hell? From here, we're gonna show this. This is how Dennis's mind works. And Rick,
Uh-oh.
you can put in on this.
Oh, this is my
Oh,
little
guys,
graph.
I've
Your
got
little graph.
stories.
It's your plot threads graph.
Well, it's just a symbol. Right.
I
Yes.
knew this was going to happen.
All
I have
right,
to take my medication. I got to get some water.
all right. Explain.
Anti-anxiety.
Well, the
What is
thing is,
anastomosing? What does that even mean?
well, anastomosing is a descriptive term that refers to something like streams or rivers where that they separate and meet constantly. Like their braided streams are an anastomosing river. Anastomosing is this separating and meeting over and over again. So the idea is that the circles, the pink and the black circles, are adventures or locations or events, right? And so you've got a campaign that runs through towards, say, maybe you have an endpoint, meeting the Emperor in Star Wars, right? There's
right.
something at the end. There's as a DM designs his campaign, it's always going to be something that's alive, that's changing. My plans from 15 years ago have been modified now, although it's the same campaign, but I have a point that I'm kind of heading towards. That's the orange dot at the far right. And so the original party that we started, we can say that at Malin and Ellendary's party, theirs was the red line. They started at some point. Other groups came in. They started the green and the blue party. But there are a bunch of adventures or events that I want to happen on the development of the wide plot thread, right? But sometimes it doesn't matter which party is the party that's actually going to do that adventure. That adventure needs to be done. That event has to happen.
Right. Okay.
Right. And so part of what drives which branch a party is in is partly how I think things are going to fit nicely, but it's also partly decisions of the players like Rick. Rick has a say in what his characters are going to do. And so if he wants to check out Tovag Baragu, then that's the party that's going to go to Tovag and discover the next big piece, right? That's going to happen. Sometimes there are parties like my original Rochester party or one of my other parties that started when I started here in Windsor when I got here. Those guys ran for a year, 2 years, and I thought that maybe they'd be heading to there, and then a lot of times they were grad students. They graduated and left. The party's done. They're never going to play again. So I have to find another party to handle the event or the adventure that I need tackled by. So the pink spots or the purple circles are circles where something could happen, but it wasn't necessarily predetermined what party was going to get there. Party had to get there, but in the uppermost one, a kind of center top, the blue and the red were heading towards it. In the end, it was the red party. This, if Maldin and Ellendary's party, if we go by timing of when these parties were created, that's the party that ended up doing that. There are a couple of places, like there's a purple spot onto the left side where we got to go a little bit higher.
Here?
one over to the left of that one there. Nobody got to that one. That
Oh.
was an adventure that for some reason never happened. We've got other places. If you go right immediately below that, the same location that was visited by two different parties at different times. Right. And so this is just sort of the idea that one of the things that people badmouth long-term campaigns on the net is that they're afraid of or despise the idea of railroading a party. Well, this is a way where parties are not being railroaded. You've got choices that player characters make that help drive their path through the point. A to B is not a straight line. All right.
Yeah, and
that's what I was trying to show.
We have 6 parties.
Oh well, this is just an oversimplification of what my now.
Yeah, this is because of how Dennis and I play.
Dennis has
I play
6. Okay.
There, you in order to be more accurate. In order to be more accurate, I would have to have 8 different colors.
8. Okay, 8 parties.
And
there's 8 of us
doing this. There's 8 parties if you include the a lot of the side parties. Like there's a brawl party. Rick remembers all the main ones, but there are a lot of side ones. We have several parties that are created by henchmen of our older parties. Right, for example,
Underdark.
The Underdark part. There are 2 Underdark parties, actually. There's at least 2 or 3 Spelljammer parties. There's now a separate, Aretheus is doing the separate Planescape line, like all of these. And then there's still the main, Maldin and Azimus is kind of the linchpin to all of this. But Rick's got a party. One of his parties, Harm's party, is in Spelljammer, and his older party, Borb and Fuzzlaz, they're right now living the middle of GREYHAWK Wars.
Okay. So what? So
yeah.
Here are some questions from me to you.
All right.
You have 8 adventuring groups.
About that, yeah.
Okay. How many characters do you have, Rick? That's okay. 8?
60?
Okay. That's good. Alan's got 70 in my game. 70.
Oh, God.
Okay. We have 28 active adventuring groups. All right. So
your campaign's just insane.
Like, well, but that's okay.
And the only way, but the only way you can do that is playing multiple times a week with all of these different groups, though, right?
Well, 20 of them are my guys, right?
Sure.
8, and it may be a little less than that, but 20. Then the Order of Ulick itself as a pool of characters, we don't even count that from those that don't have adventuring groups. We try and name all the adventuring groups, but it's around 28. All right, so 70. I think Tom, who probably has 35 to 40 characters. Hey, Rachel, thanks. Rachel, I need to talk to you and Mark about GREYHAWK Con. All right, so I'll get with you before I go out on my surgery on Thursday, and I cannot find. I hate this. I got too many shout outs all over the damn place, and I can't. There it is. I do. All right, so all right, she got 60 characters. That's cool. Between what's the highest level character you've brought up from first level, Rick? Roughly.
My original guys, I got one original guy that's just hit 15, I think.
Okay. That is awesome, because it's not about the race to 20th in old school.
Mm-mm.
It's not.
No, it's not.
It's not. And I mean, 3rd edition, because the Living GREYHAWK was set up, it was different. And 5th edition, it definitely is. But for us, it was never about that race.
It's very difficult to level with Dennis.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, now in the early days, we
played so much.
Played so much, and characters went up. It didn't take very long for Maldin and Elendary to hit 18th, but now and because back then we were playing one party. Now Rick is playing all of these different parties.
Yeah.
It takes a long
That's true.
time to move the
That's true.
timeline for all of them, and so it's when you look at the timeline,
Yeah.
the Rick's characters are going up fairly quickly, but in real time, it's taking us so long to do a year of game
Oh,
time
I agree.
that
No.
the characters are going up. They're going up slower in real time. Yeah, absolutely.
So here's
And
another.
it's a lot less of a Monty Hall game than it was in the early
Yeah,
80s.
that's right.
So
Yeah,
That was my point. And now we're very
Great.
careful to
Yeah.
you just don't.
you cherish those characters, though. Like, for
of
example,
course.
I ran
Oh,
this Hall.
absolutely.
I ran this Halls of Littlest Shabbath from Expedition Retreat Press, and it was like for levels 15 and all, and it was just it was a slog. I was about to have my head explode after the 5th session, so I can kind of condense it down. Well, Alan played his character Sam. Wow, an original name for a halfling thief, right? So
Sam, oh
yes,
really?
Sam, yeah, of course. So and he hadn't played the character in like 10 years, so I let them let them play whoever they wanted. 17th level thief. And he missed going up after that adventure by 6,000 experience point. Gave me a rash of shit about it, right? Because he wants to be 18th because Tim has Leuven the Light Fingered, who's always been one level higher. He's an 18th level halfling thief, and Sam's been a 17th. And I wouldn't budge on that. You know, I was like, no, because Leuven's always going to be a level higher. But that's just the way it was. That's the way it is. But that's the highest level character brought up from first because Leuven was imported. So just note, I mean, I've never had anyone get to 20th from first level. Never.
Well, Maldin and Ellen, there are a couple of characters.
Okay.
There are half a dozen characters from
The early days.
the very first
Yeah.
group that broke 18. And there's a few of them they're certainly above 20th, but it's literally taken over 40 years to
That's awesome.
to get there.
No, that's great. All right, so Mike, how about you? In your games, the highest level of characters brought up from first.
Oh boy. In second edition, maybe we had a couple guys over 20th level.
Okay. Just a couple. Right. All right.
First edition, I can't recall, but third edition we had 30th level characters. And I'm talking from first. We just tended. I never really run XP. It's all story.
Right. So you're almost running it like in what do they call it now in 5th edition? Milestoning it, which kind of makes sense. You know.
And now I'm currently running 5e, and I think the highest level character I've had is maybe not okay. I was from first 12th level. I'm not going to count that damn Vector adventure. Because you start at 10.
Let's share this. Player's timeline, right?
Yeah, and Dennis and I only play second edition.
Right.
So there's limits to the character levels. But I've started a character at first, and now it's about 50.
It's what level?
15.
15.
Oh, 50. I think you said 50. I was like, oh my God. 50.
Oh, yeah.
No. 15.
Wow.
So, how many years have passed in your campaign setting?
Geez, that's a really good question. Let me.
Because this starts at 582.
Yeah, I just gave you one page out of a.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. No, this was one page as a sample. Let me pull up the full timeline.
I'm just curious. We were running way too fast, and I made a DM adjustment back probably 5 years ago. Just running way too fast on time, and then we really condensed it. We're almost a year to year, maybe a little less than that in ours, so kind of down there.
Okay, so whoops, get rid of this.
Yeah, Jeff. I mean, it just depends on how long you've been playing together with people, and that kind of stuff. And it's tough to, get like Ed Greenwood has played how many times on my on the channel? 20, and I think he started at 5th. Maybe it was either 4th or 5th. He's 9th. Rosie is 9th. we're talking about people outside of my core group. Formlin, who Coco plays a lot, is 8/9 fighter mage. Yeah, so yeah, leveling in old school, it's not a yeah.
All right. So the very first adventure, Caves of Chaos,
Oh, so B2.
was in my campaign 571.
Okay.
And so I'm currently in, oh, my computer is gagging.
This one goes up to 583 only. We 584,
Yeah.
and we know you're
Yeah,
beyond that.
yeah. There's a page after the one that I sent you. Oh, come on. Wow, this is just
So you're way better at detail than I am,
so
Dennis. With all I have is
the current year is 580 585.
I missed your VIP renewal. You still have the VIP badge up there, Dale? I see the VIP badge on my end. It's up on my end. I swear to God, I see your badge. Yeah, check on your end. Check on your output end. Okay, all right, cool.
So what did I say? That was
87,
570,
14 years,
571 to 580. Yeah, 14 years.
15 maybe. All right, so it's a 3-to-1.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
3-to-1. So 14 years of game time and 45 years of real time. That's how long it's taken us to do 14 years.
We're at like 620. I've held it at 623 for a couple of years now just to get caught up. But
Okay.
I logged the adventure name with no other detail, what group it's in. So it's only from memory until about halfway when I started. As you can see, here's the year.
Oh, okay.
Each adventure is written down.
Yeah. Wow.
Highlights, dark. Return to
That's
the
a
8. Number
lot of
337.
adventures. That's a lot of adventures.
Keep on going. 400s. What is that one? Chaos Rising. Great adventure. There you go, Michael. If you're still on Chaos Rising, that was Necromancer Games. Here we go. So I start doing the groups here around 600. Number 600. At least I know what adventure group was in Reach Adventure. And I get more.
Rex Felix. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
So
all the way, and then and you can see it's more and more. Salem made me do it. That was a highlight there. GREYHAWK Iron Brigades, number 696.
why? What's your parameters for highlighting an adventure?
Now I put the years down now here too. What year we're in? Yeah. Real year? So what a major event, an ultimate penultimate major event that changes the campaign.
Oh, okay. That's why it's bolded.
This was a 20-year plot arc for Salem made me do it. So that's Bill's character, Salem Shadow Moon. He's a character-neutral cleric necromancer. He's the deputy guildmaster under Selzik of the Gravediggers and Embalmers Guild in GREYHAWK City. Okay.
Yeah.
He knows some things about Selzik. Selzik has a weakness, and that is cheesecake, by the way. He loves cheesecake. Just so you're aware. He's a half-orc, right? And he's a guy, didn't I stuff your uncle last week? That's the way he talks, that kind of stuff. So Salem found almost the same way that not Frodo, Bilbo found the ring. This crown was sticking out of his sand and water, glimmering, and it was the crown of this crazy megalomaniac, Tulsa Doom-like character, Rogero Bloodmoon, who took over the Cairn Hills back in the day of the Soul migrations. So he put it on, but then the group wouldn't let him wear it again after he was becoming a crazy megalomaniac. Well, in this adventure here, which was in my old house, and the pictures are terrible of this. I barely have any pictures of this. Let me see if I can find them. I don't even know where I put them. Just type in Salem, maybe it'll come up there. Yep, Salem made me do it. Here we go. This is at the old house with no underlays. Look, and that's it. Fuzzy pictures from FaceTime. Look at all. Yes, they're all his followers that have all killed themselves. So I got a better pic. Yeah, there you go. That's Sailing. There he is up top. Whoops. He's up top, and yeah, there you go. That's him. That's him. Yeah,
Fighting a beholder.
the beholder's on his side.
Oh,
No. He summoned a lot of.
okay.
Yeah, there you go. That's Gilfinus Markham. So some things happened during this mega adventure. Over the years, when someone lost a limb, and Sailing would take a piece of them. Okay, and he just wouldn't. He just because he thought it was funny. Well, when Sailing finally stole the crown and became this guy, he cloned all those pieces. So he had 3 Railstone Gratifuses and 3 Milana Sunbane characters. So he had all, they're all crazy because you couldn't, but so he had all these characters on his side fighting. And then he had a couple Swain characters. So Swain actually, that's Gilfinus Markham. Swain killed his own son, knocked him off the top of his tower. Yeah, the clone version. Oh, it was fun. So this was a momentous, but they still haven't been able to destroy the crown. The crown's hidden somewhere. They got the crown. They killed him. They got the crown off of him. Yeah. So there you go. That was Sailing made me do it, and that was 20 years of plotline arcs after he found that crown, and then but that was at the old house. You can see that's the same. This is the same phenolic board, but there's no underlays and none of that other stuff. But you can see, there's that. You can see no room in there in that basement. Old terrain. Yeah, but that I just used that piece. I had that piece that long ago. Wow. Yeah. But that's the fun. That's the fun part of it. That was fun. So that is an example of a plot line. Yeah. So and then we get to. I probably need to update this. I'm probably about 10 adventures behind. So here's the Hateful Wars 24-hour event. Right.
Yeah.
This was last year's 24-hour stream. I ran 3 historical scenarios. Yep. So there they are. They're highlighted. 3-year partner anniversary stream. Special birthday event. Legends do return. That was at Virtual GreyHawk last year. And then Gary Con stuff, and oh my God, I am 15 adventures behind on logging all this stuff. Yeah,
get on that. Get on that.
So there you go. So we've done 1123. So but you got much more detail than me. You got much more detail on this. So
well, it's easier to track a less of a volume, I suppose, but it was hard. It was hard to. When we originally only had like 2 parties back in the early 80s, it was easier to track. The more parties that we started intermeshing into the campaign history, I had to find a way of separating them. So the red column, the text on the left side, those are kind of world history event. Like they're not tied to any.
I see. That's cool.
Yeah. So they're events or that happened in the timeline that are independent of the parties.
Okay.
And then so the blue text is Maldin and Ellendary's main thread. The green is Orb and Rick runs everybody at this point, except for there's a more recent party that has been on hiatus for a while, that has been running the Night Below set. Those guys run a different set of characters. They each only have 1 or 2 characters, but Rick is the only player that right now that's playing all of the rest of the parties. So he's as my only player, he runs everybody. So so Borb is his his oldest personal group that he created. That's in the middle of GREYHAWK Wars.
So this is the Assassin's Knot, Restonford?
Yes, actually, I think it was.
Nice.
Yeah.
Trollfens.
And he did the Saltmarsh series.
Nice.
Wandering Trees.
Nice. Needle.
From Dragon.
Yeah.
Needle. And then a couple of homemade. Brindek is a homemade adventure. There's Day of Al-Akbar. He did that just
Oh,
before
nice. Tovak
visit
Baragu.
to
Yep. Okay.
Tovag. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And so the purple thread is his Spelljammer party.
Okay.
Well, became a Spelljammer party. He started out in Temple of Elemental Evil.
Nice.
But he's now spelljamming. And then
You go from Temple of Elemental Evil to Spelljammer.
he did actually.
You gotta get picked up at some point, right?
Well,
Dennis
if you
is really
scroll
into it.
further
Yeah.
down, you'll see a line the crash of the Halcyon. That's an adventure from Dungeon Magazine that was used to introduce Spelljammer.
Yep.
So
isn't that the one with the Nautilus on the cover?
It might be actually.
Yeah. I know it's hard. It's hard to do that. It's hard to do that there, Rick. It's okay.
Yeah, it stops right at a perfect spot. But so I have these cards that has, like, I have a hammer ship, and the front of the card is the card that came stock with the set. Yeah. And then on the back, I have all of the people that are running it.
Cool.
He's got the full crew complement worked out.
Full crew.
Man, that's like everybody out. Like, man, jeez, that's awesome.
I like that.
I've highlighted if they're human, elf, what levels they are, what hit points, AC, what the attacks, spells, and then I got a whole folder that has their individual stuff, what they're carrying. So
when you're running scores of characters, it's the only way of doing it is
you got to keep them straight.
Yeah.
So,
and sometimes we had a raid where there was three boats were involved on the raid, so you had to have 3 crews knowing what they were doing and where they were. And
our level of detail, I mean, we all have each different types of level of detail. For us, every player character has its own mini. Now, the groups that log in, the special guest groups, I let them use existing minis because there's no time, right? But they have a mini like assigned to them, it's I mean, level of detail. That's awesome. So I see Falcon over here. Oh, Falcon series.
Yep, they did the Falcon series.
All right, so let's show the audience the level of how involved you were in the old days by which of these living Greyhawks actually has where Melcott's building is. Is it 2, 4, or 5? Is it in Clarksburg or is it in Artisan Quarter?
You mean the magic shop?
Yep.
It's I think it's in Artisan's Quarter.
So it's in 2.
Quarter.
Okay.
I think so, yeah.
All right. Okay. So by the way, everyone, if you don't know, this is the original.
Yeah, that's it.
This is Dennis. This is forever will be highlighted as one of the best accomplishments ever was upgrading the Free City of Greyhawk. So that makes sense. Oh my God, yeah, dude. Absolutely. And you can only get it in Living Greyhawk Journal 2. So
yes,
it's the only place you could get it was at this publication here.
Yep. Indeed.
Mine's getting a little rough around the edges. I've used it a lot.
At least there's digital copies now, and Dennis has an upgraded version.
And there's the version 2. If you printed it out nice and big, that would be great.
So we got this Gem of the Vanish Artisan's Quarter, page 6, and then we'll go here and we'll real quickly show this. So, and this is by Dennis and Eric Mona, right?
Who is that guy?
Yeah, well,
I've heard of him.
He's stuck in Atlanta now. He's coming back from Europe, and he's stuck there. Yeah, that's what he had a post.
I've been enjoying all of his zillions of photos from the different Roman ruined sites and that. It's great to go out there.
Absolutely nice to see him with that.
See the historical architecture.
That's by Melikazan. I don't remember the number of this. 9 of Swords is there. 820. No, I don't see it. What was it called again? There's maps by Melikazan. That's not him. No. The Wild Goose, Dorshak Crane.
Oh, there, Maldin and
Eldaris. There it is. A15.
That's it.
So it's A15 on this map, and here, Maldin has a shop in Greyhawk City, and it's published source. Everyone,
Come and visit me in
Yeah.
your campaign.
Yes.
In your campaign, come and
Yeah.
visit.
Yeah, it says one fact confirmed by insiders high in the hierarchy of the Guild of Wizardry is both Maldin and Elendary are very powerful mages. I guess because their levels change, they're still adventuring. You didn't put them in. You didn't put it in here.
Yeah, well, that's part of it.
Yeah.
And who would believe, a 24th level wizard and sitting in GREYHAWK anyways?
Yeah. And then you have here, front desk is normally manned by the Eldry Elbrack.
Yeah, Elbrack runs the day-to-day.
NPC or one of someone's character?
NPC. No, that was always an NPC. Yeah, he was always an NPC.
Cool. Along with a lot of other stuff, you find a lot of stuff that's been added in from other sources. In fact, Dennis was able to hop on during a couple of those shows that we were doing when we were discussing stuff, which really we went over the entire city, which was awesome. Yeah. And then let's do this just for those that are new. There's only have a lot of new people on the stream. So if we come here and you go and over here and down into the Hold of the Sea Princes, and this is on the map officially, and there Dennis has his own
City of Melkot.
Yep, Melkotia. And it's been scrolling through, but we do have pictures of the castle. This is a great picture of it.
Yeah, it's a back view.
Yep.
The front view is a little bit more detailed.
This.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's based that I got the idea for it from Tim Hildebrand dragon cover.
Yeah, with the dragon, the huge dragon around that keep.
Issue 49.
49,
I still remember the issue, issue 49.
Yeah.
But that's the basic part of the castle came from there. It's been embellished a lot. Like his castle didn't have a giant skull attached to the guard tower, the front guard tower. But it's the idea I got for it came from there.
Very cool.
And it's kind of the V shape there. Structures. It's sitting on the top of a volcano, a dead volcano. But
what's the town of Mill like?
Oh no, it's just a mill.
Wow.
It's not a town. It's just a mill. I guess it probably shouldn't have been a named location. I guess I don't know.
You can make it a Thorpe instead of a town like that. We can have Anna change it and update it.
Yeah, it's just a mill. It's not a separate settlement.
So Rick, what are your memories of adventuring? Did you help clear out this keep?
Yep.
He's been in there a bunch of times. No one can clear it out, but he's been in there several times in the castle. Yeah.
And there were some people that were trapped in it, and we've included them in on parties now. So we roll them up, we give them names and faces.
Yeah. Yeah, rescues.
Desires. Yeah, they're rescues.
Rescues now. Some of the rescues now work for Maldin. Yes, some of them work for Maldin and Elendary now.
It's awesome.
It was our way of finding henchmen.
Hey, there is nothing wrong with that at all, man. All right. So Rick, give us like one of the top memories you have of playing in the campaign. like a completely momentous.
Yeah. There's so many, but
of course,
Dennis used to take advantage of us in our earlier playing days.
No.
It's hard to see this when you're a player because you're this. Right? So I can only see what's unfolding and really what's happening. So we were playing one of these nights that it was 4 PM and it's 6 AM now. And we're all done, everything's put away, but John Price that is, we're sitting there and we're saying, look, we've got this nemesis. Why is this guy always showing up? Why is he so fixated on us? What is going on? So we decide one night after playing, we're going to sit down, him and I, and Dennis is the third sitting at the table, and we're going to figure this out. And so, it's now 6:30 or 7 o'clock. We've been trying for 30 minutes, an hour, trying to figure out who this guy is. And Dennis just has to break in and says, "Look, guys, you can't. You can't figure it out. The reason hasn't been told in the story yet. So you're going to have to wait for the story to unfold before you can figure it out." And when I figured it out, that was the day that my mind just went, and there was a little smoke, and there was a tear, and there was a lich. There was a lich that just wouldn't leave us alone. There was a raid on the magic shop in GREYHAWK.
I saw that in the timeline.
Yep.
Took down walls, city guard. We were in a heap of bad times for that, and we just couldn't figure out why. But there was another adventure that we went on that we went back in time, and then we bumped into that guy who, from meeting Maldin and what went on with that and how he fell out with his people, he became a lich so that he could extend his time and get us in the end. And that's why he chased us from 1,000 years. Dennis's mind just doesn't work on one simple idea. And that was the single most craziest thing that I could ever. And I tell the story. I told it to 15 people, and it's a moment in time where your mind is just blown that you could have an end game that went that far out. And it
My
took me
friends
20 years of
called that-
playing.
20-year plot arc.
Wow. My friends call that
20 years of playing.
the long play, the long con.
Oh, buddy,
The
that's
long
the
game,
long,
long-term campaign.
long game.
That's what the title of the adventure is, of the discussion tonight, is long-term campaign. That makes it all worth it. The long-term
And
arc.
it tied into Malcott and Malkosha. We had to. It was all things that we had to figure out, and we didn't know how we knew him, but we hadn't met him at that time. There's no way to figure it out. You don't know who it is. You just know that his name was Maldox, and you just knew that Maldox just hounded us, and every time there was something bad that happened, that's who was behind it. That's who took care. That's who did all of the stuff. It's not just this will happen tonight.
Right.
It's a seed from a maple tree that has to.
No, I agree 100%.
And you won't see that maple tree in that forest until it's 200 feet tall. That's just the way it is. Playing with Dennis.
So how many?
I can't.
How many long-term plot arcs, even if they're smallly developed to this point, there, Dennis, are going on?
Oh, there's still bunches to go.
Yeah.
One of the things that one of his the Spelljammer group has noticed is there are cracks developing in the shell for gray space in my campaign. And they're only just beginning to try to figure out
Gray space could disintegrate itself, is what you're saying?
Well, the crystal shell that encapsulates the solar system. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, there are cracks in the shell right now.
Huh.
So something not good is happening. So
Right.
so that's one thread that's going along. The Rick's been also on the Borb and Fuzzlaz thread. They've been doing a lot of exploration with. I've borrowed we all do borrow stuff from other systems and other settings as well.
100%.
I use the Earthmaster stuff from from the Harn world. And so they've been exploring that stuff, and there's something else involved with that. And so I don't even know if I can even think of a lot of them right now, but each of the parties is got something going. Rick's been building towards this rescue mission. to um, um, oh geez, I'm mind blanking on who's the guy that
The
we're going
Abyss.
after.
We're
Was
getting
that?
I use
No, not Ayus. It's um Orcus. No, it's Orcus.
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 Yeah. So Orcus is the guy who's holding care in this castle. That's which is Throne of Bloodstone, right? Throne of Bloodstone
Oh my
is
God, the one that
Orcus's
goes up to
palace.
100th level characters.
Yeah, actually that is. um and so Rick's been building for years, preparing to take on that rescue mission where they're literally going to try to sneak into the dungeons beneath Orcus's castle and his home plane in the abyss. And so they've been doing a lot of things to prepare for that, including the Planescape party has been spending time in Sigil and adventuring there, trying to find information about Orcus's home plane, so that they're going in with as much information as can be had. Uh, but the rescue mission is only one step in what Rick doesn't know yet of what's going to follow from the aftermath of that. I have plans for the aftermath of that mission that are going to affect uh, things majorly. And a lot of these things are going on at the same time. He's got multiple parties working on, each one is working kind of a different piece of the puzzles. Some of them seem related and others don't, but all to
Well,
be
there's a
revealed
second Unhuman War too, right?
if we live long enough to.
That's the scary part now, man. Right? It's
Do we
like when
have
we were
time to
kids. Oh
resolve
my
this? I
gosh.
don't know. It's taken us 40 years to get where we are
Hmm.
now. How long is it going to take to get to the end? I don't
Yeah.
know. But Rick also mentioned that because there's a second Unhuman War that's coming in my spell jamming campaign as well. And so he's got two parties right now that are kind of working down that thread as well.
Here, just to show the
So
audience, here's some minis painted, colored that you have for use in Spelljammer. There you go.
oh yeah, the original no, sorry, it was the War Captain's Companion, the box set that had some really nice minis that TSR slash Wizards published. Um, and so there are a bunch of, and then they never made any more. And so we needed minis for a bunch of ships that hadn't had minis done. So I created, if you go to my webpage, I've created a bunch of new minis using the original art
Cool, man.
from the cards. But so yeah, so I've created new minis so that we can use them in our because with ship to ship battles, you really do need to be able to maneuver the things around on a hex page.
On a hex page,
It's hard to do that with just a hand drawn map because there's so much motion and position is important. Um, while in our style of 2E combat, we don't do sort of the 3E, 4E highly precise combat that you can do in the later editions. Our combat is a little bit more off the cuff and not so
Well, yeah, a lot of these
stepwise.
long-term campaigns, you got to figure out how to do your, that stuff. Like me for
We
large,
can't afford to spend 3 hours on one combat
right?
scene.
No, you gotta move it along, man. I figured out with so many minis on the table how to move it quick, so that the
Yeah.
fight isn't all night, and sometimes they are, but So, Mike, any delving ever into Spelljammer?
Just the 5e thing I mentioned earlier.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, we'll go back for a
Curtis.
second off of Spelljammer, but I want to talk about timing thing. Like my 2e campaigns ran many years, and I was doing those long plays like you guys described, because back then time was no big deal. And I feel like the older I get, the shorter my campaigns are by necessity.
Yeah.
because I don't know. Not that I think anyone's going to drop off, but I think the attention span has also shortened for
Yeah,
this
Rex
time
Felis,
period.
harm stuff is great for detail. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just responding
No,
to the
that was
chat.
the
Yeah, keep
that was
going.
all. That's all I was going to make the point of is I used to do these really long, elaborate
Mm.
storylines with timelines. I've I just looked it up. One of my 1E campaigns ran 100 years game time.
Oh, wow.
So we played out, yeah, and I used to do GREYHAWK Wars, like before GREYHAWK Wars was a
Right.
box set. I had these big, long, elaborate campaigns because people were invested in it. We put in a lot of time on it, and then as life goes on, the campaign structures get shorter. And I don't like to start campaigns unless I know I'm going to finish them.
So
Um,
it is the long-term campaign plot arc can be something so small and insignificant, and then you go, wow, I can run with this, right? Or something that you have in your head the whole time. Like, for me, I have the Dark Brotherhood has had 4 major antitheses running all the way back to 19 before the actual Order of Yulek campaign. Just running back 78, 79. We're on Holly now, the Priestess of Leviatars, the latest one, and they tend to run, I don't know, 15, 10, 15 years each. And then I have this one now where these portals have appeared in Lort Mills every so many adventures, and stuff's coming in from the crystal mists or from the hell furnaces, and we're going to pursue that a little bit further. And there's other stuff. There's also this black tower in the middle of Altamira with no windows that no one knows about. Every time a my Shadow Mage class comes into the game, someone's playing one, they're drawn to this tower, and then they magically happen to find the treasure of this brooch, which powers their spells more.
Sounds pretty sus to me.
Right. So, yeah. So what's that all about, right? So, yeah, every single one of them. Yeah. I don't use Gray Space Spelljammer or Planescape like Dennis does. Main difference between my GREYHAWK and his is that, which is okay. It's great. Every single, everyone's
Every
GREYHAWK's a little different.
campaign is different, and
Yeah, it's just awesome.
Gary Gygax famously said, "Here is the world. It's yours now to do whatever you want with it."
Let's ask some audience questions from the audience. Yes. Yeah. Ground Mike, I've read more of your SJ comments and played tabletop. That's a great question there, Rex Fellis, though. Owen Edwards has a YouTube channel with a 2G, 2E. Started out with many adventures just on the rock of Brawl before going to Wild Space. Interesting.
Yep. Yeah, I do use Gray Space, Rex Felis. I do.
I know Carlos did his own version, didn't he? Carlos Lessing did his kind of own version of the GREYHAWK version of it. I'm not sure if it caught on, but for me, it just seemed like a step too far for my campaign. As Rick, you said, once you went to Gray Space, there was nothing else like it, right? That was it for you?
Ruined everything previous.
Yeah.
For the longest
and,
time, he didn't want to play anything else.
Right.
I still don't want to
Until
play anything else.
well, I know, but every once in a while I convince him, well, we've got to push the other sides of the timeline forwards.
I get it.
But
So Patrick asked a great question. Do you guys have a good representation of ladies in your earlier games? So let's be
no.
blunt. We had, yeah.
Most of the guys that were hanging out in Eric's music house, they were mostly guys. There were very few girls. Now we have had female players. Eric's sister Casey's played in our campaign. She unfortunately lives in Ottawa now, but and she had a friend of hers that played for Rebecca, played for a while. We've had a few, but when I started putting together groups in my various university groups, like when I was in Rochester, there were two girlfriends of players that played. There were a couple there. When I started the Western group, University of Western, there were one or two. But when I started the Windsor group here, they're all gone and graduated as well too. Then, I think half of the players were girls in that group. So, through time, more and more women were coming into it, and maybe that's a real representation of who was actually playing D&D. I think it was mostly a guy thing in the early days, probably. But they have historically been unfortunately underrepresented. But it's just the way it's worked out.
Well,
I don't know.
My
How about you
ex-wife,
guys?
my ex-wife was jealous of my relationship with Dennis.
so let's just say my wife's has put up with a lot in 30 years, almost 30 years of marriage, but she understands
Right.
it.
Yes.
You know, this
Yeah.
is
But she doesn't play.
no.
No.
So Tim's sister Amy back in the 80s played a
Yeah.
little bit. She had a lot of characters and stuff. She'd go to Ren fairs with us too.
Oh,
Yeah, back when we went to the one in Sterling, whatever, in New York, the big one in New York, Tuxedo, New York. And then Alan's ex-wife played a little bit in the 90s. But now I have about a dozen, right?
you've got quite a lot with streaming. I mean,
Yeah.
Coco and Darling and all of those. Yeah, you've got quite a few
Yeah.
that are playing. It's a good, healthy representation, and that's a very good thing, I think. Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's just like Jeremy Asherlier has Tony Winslow Brill as a regular player and has been since Living Greyhawk, which is awesome. And there's just like, trying to be as inclusive as possible and bring a lot of new people. And I'm
Yeah.
trying to always grow the community. Just trying, and sometimes that gets in the way of other things. And that sometimes, there's only so many hours in a day,
Astralier's got a great partner there. She gets jealous when she's not playing with him.
Exactly. In
Yeah,
fact,
no,
I had them
it's
both.
good.
They both played in GaryCon in the the Ed Greenwood adventure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and they play my group regularly too. Tony and Jeremy. Yeah, they're part of Two Drink Minimum now. Yep. So yep, keeping it rolling there. So I had a group in the 90s. There's 4 guys and 3 to 4 women at a time. Wow. Yeah, Greg, I am counting down the retirement days. 3.5 years ago. So all right. Let's see. We've got a question. Has anyone DM'd or played a sandbox campaign set in the Flannis? I have DM'd a partial sandbox. I'm not a sandbox DM. I am in city adventuring. I am especially in one-on-one city adventuring, which I did with Tim back when he was still in the military at Watertown, New York. So I would drive up there a couple times in the summer, and we'd sandbox Highport, which led to a lot of stuff from our plot arcs that we have today. But I only sandbox Greyhawk City stuff, but I can't sandbox live streaming Rick Spells. It doesn't work. Can't do it, especially with terrain and minis. It just does not work. And it's hard for me when I do a special group on a Thursday night or Saturday, and I don't know when that group's to get together again. I got almost one shot it because if I don't play them again 2 months, oh yeah, this is what happened at the end. It just, everyone, you can't do it that way.
I'm going to get on a soapbox here and
Yes.
say that my players like the idea of sandbox,
Right.
but in practice, they don't really want that, because if I'm not railroading them, if I'm not prodding them, we're never going to play anything. So
Yeah.
I
Just
am
wander around the
realistic.
countryside killing shit.
They're never going to want to do sandbox. No.
Murder hobos.
You have to have something to keep them on task. They're not self-starters at all. I
Right.
love all my friends, but that's just been my experience.
And that's not a bad thing. It's just your friends, right? My friends.
I think if
Yeah.
I was playing with, if I started a campaign with people from this community, other dungeon masters, they might be self-starters. Sandbox might work with other Greyhawk dungeon masters, but with just casual players, no.
Yeah. it's not easy to do. And I have all the respect in the world for Sandbox. Like Anna's a Sandbox DM, but in her area, right? She sandboxes in the Shieldlands right now, and that's great. But she's found that it's almost impossible to stream it because it's just like, she just has no idea what direction it's going to go, and that's okay. And that's just a style. Everyone's got a little different of a style of DMing. All right. So Rick, have you DM'd?
Yep. Yeah, I tried it. I'm just not at a level at which Dennis is.
Okay.
So.
Well, that's
and you know what happens over the years is that you develop your strengths, right? You start playing, and if you're a player, you develop as a player. If you're a DM, you develop as a DM. So basically, when you try to flip that, it doesn't always work. You're as a DM, you're thinking, on a different level. You're thinking what's going on and not what's going on.
I'm a terrible player. Yeah.
And I've thought about, you guys look like you're having fun doing, playing in Jay's streams, but I think I haven't really played as a player
right.
in since the last millennium.
No, well,
I think I would suck as a player. Rick is an excellent player because that's what he's been doing I would suck as a player. I think. I don't know. One of these days I'll try. I'd love to be in a game with you and Eric Mona and some of these Gary
I'm trying,
and whoever
man.
I would probably suck as a player. I don't know.
It's said Eric Mona has one of the best characters of all time in my campaign.
Oh, he's hilarious when he's playing. Yeah.
The priest of Ralashaz with a weepy eye and all, and just it's hysterical.
But Eric is an unusual fellow in that as a DM and as a player, because gaming has literally been his 24/7 life for the last 40 years, right? And so he's developed that, and he has a tremendous amount of awesome experience at it. But the rest of us can't do that. That's not what our job is. It's not what we do with most of the time in our life, right? But yeah, Eric's awesome to watch. I mean, he's playing that his priest of Ralashaz or whatever.
Yeah, Rick Schultz, you got to watch the wedding event that occurred last summer, and the amount of prep he did, and the amount of he was the overseer. He did the ceremony. It was unbelievable. And that was before my 24-hour stream last July. So we're looking at summer of 24, probably in April or May after GaryCon. Because the wedding, the two characters fell in love at GaryCon, and so we did the wedding after that. So it's either April or May of 24. You want to look for. So why am I getting a call? All right.
Must be important.
Yeah, I guess. All right, talk for a second here. I got to do something here real quick.
All right, no worries.
Jay's gonna have a hard time topping that one. That's for sure.
Yeah,
This is the
I don't know.
Aviator MasterCard fraud detection unit.
Oh no, we can hear you, Jay.
Jay,
we can hear you. Your microphone's on.
Oh boy. So when's the last time you guys?
How much have you player versus? Yeah, how much have you player versus DM? And
man, for D&D, I'd say, or GREYHAWK, that for that matter. The only GREYHAWK campaign I've played in for any significant amount of time has been with Rich Dio.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And that's been a few years now. Otherwise, outside of that, like in person, my only GREYHAWK experience might be at conventions.
Right.
Like I'm a tyrant. I have to run it all here at home. I wouldn't let it. But no, one of the other weird things about being a player is I often Uh, the only other time I
Sorry.
can think of that I was in a
Oh,
campaign was
credit
Savage Tide. We were playing at a game shop, and so we all had the dungeons and the dungeon or dragon magazines, and one of the guys wanted to run Savage Tide. So I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, okay, Savage Tide, great. I can take it easy. I don't have to run it. Well, needless to say, we didn't get all the way through it. We got maybe a third of the way through it. But the whole time I'm like, okay, now I have to switch my brain off because I know way more about Greyhawk than this guy.
Right.
And that was a weird thing about being a player also. Just having to
Turn off
like
your knowledge.
like be a backseat DM almost. I didn't
Right.
want to like step all over things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's a lot of there's prep and there's all sorts of things you got, and that's those super long paths, man. They can really bring you down, right? As a DM, because you're like, oh my god. That's why, like Dennis and our long-term plot arcs that Dennis and I are our own doing, right? You know the difference. When you run an adventure path from 1st to 20th, like
You're
Savage.
following somebody else's
yeah,
plot
it's
arc.
tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
feel bad if you don't. Like I've run a couple of the Age of Worms ones. It's little sub adventures, and that worked. Oh my god. All right, I just
Yeah.
yeah. So, all right. What other questions do we have, please? We got 10 minutes, and Rick, like, any questions for me or Mike or it's all the same but a little different,
Yeah, it's just playing. You gotta. It's hard. It's hard for me to find the time and the motivation. Getting older, losing my steam.
Oh yeah,
It's hard to stay 19.
100%.
Like Bill Burr says, it's time. I'm at the age where I could drop dead. Dennis has talked to me about, well, maybe I'm going to have to tell you the end rather than us play up to it.
We need to get to the end of this arc. You can't drop dead until we've finished
That's right.
Finished the whole thing.
Yeah,
you haven't found the
It's
Emperor
tough coming
yet
up at the time. Yeah,
from Star Wars.
It
haven't met.
So it is it's been like a pleasure and an honor to do this for all these years with my friends, and then bring it out. And I feel blessed that I've been able to take it one step further and bring it out to the community. Figure out a way to do it. Like we couldn't, like in the 90s. There's no way. Like we tried in the early 2000s FaceTiming Mark in on an old iPad, and it was terrible back then. As internet got better and better and better, and technology and broadcast software came out. Oh man, it made it a lot much easier. Discord and all the groups and all, and like and I said this multiple times, Dennis. I wish I'd gotten involved 20 years earlier. Like I got involved in 2017. I wish I'd gotten involved right at that 2E, 3E era. And I could have been in that picture of you and all that other crew there at Gen Con. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sitting in the bar in Gen Con with Reynolds and Radney McFarlane, or Stephen Radney McFarlane, and Eric and Gary wasn't there. No, Gary never. No, I'm joking. The Gen Con that Gary was supposed to come to and didn't. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
see if I have it right on now. I don't know what I named it, so I just don't know.
Oh, you mean the photo from the
I know
restaurant.
It's somewhere on my computer, but I just don't know where it is.
Yeah,
so
that's
okay.
The
problem.
Yeah,
show that. But
it was fun being part of that time because we were able to literally put our thumbprint on the official world. How can you do that now?
Shh.
Short of, well, I mean, there's a tremendous amount of stuff independent stuff that's being put online now.
Right.
And like with Carlos and all of the various fanzines going and all of that. I mean, people are churning out more material now, I think, than ever.
So,
But
as
it's
an
not the same.
as an example, I have the early history of the Free Reavers in my hand before the Eyes of Evil box set, the Eyes of
Oh,
Evil
okay.
publication. I have the early history of them as an example. So we are doing this Mel's Guide to Greyhawk. The Borderlands of Eyes, the first one. Stephen Farland is writing the adventure up.
Oh,
And
is he? Oh, okay.
yeah, and then Les, myself, and Anna are doing all parts. Yep, and it's exciting. And Luke is
Cool.
It's Luke Melf. This is what Melf was doing in 570.
Right.
So yeah, and it goes back to 570. So it's gonna be a blast.
Hmm.
And yep, it's coming along. It's coming along. So it's just
Cool.
yeah, I'm really excited about it. So we'll see. We'll see if that but I'll run it live stream, but I'll back convert it to 1E2E. I ain't running it in 5E with the publication's going to be in. But yeah, so it's being worked on. I finally got my mojo back to right, so yeah.
Nice.
Lots of stuff. All right, so what else? All right, we got a minute or two here left. Any other final thoughts, questions? Mike, what are your thoughts on this discussion? This is a fun discussion tonight.
The new canon from Samwise. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
It would be nice if we had 24 hours to talk about all of Maldin's campaigns and hear the details.
Yeah.
But,
for 2
but
hours
no,
is good.
yeah, but no, this topic has definitely given me some thought about dredging again through my old campaign stuff, see what long-term stuff I haven't already put up on my blog. Maybe it's something we can explore in Legends of Lore also, talking about some long-term stuff. Of course, everything Jay does is the long-term campaign, so I don't know.
I try. But you do what I would prep, and I said this, prep up a sequel to what we ran at Gary Con last year, late night. That was a fun adventure. Yeah, that was
well,
fun.
yeah, my Sea Princess stuff could be considered a long-term campaign, even though I've played it over different editions. It's always been one kind of cohesive
ongoing story.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's what I would definitely.
Different ships, different crews, yeah.
But the same campaign.
Same campaign.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
Rick, final thoughts. It's been a journey.
Huh? Yeah, it's been a great journey. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm excited about everybody coming up because it was something that excited me.
Yeah.
So, when you can see that, you can share that. So that's all.
I really appreciate you coming on, man, and taking the leap into getting on a live stream.
Yeah, I was a little nervous at the start.
Nothing to be nervous about, man.
No, there's nothing. Absolutely. Oh, it was fine.
How long has Pathfinder 2E been out? My pleasure. I think 2018, right? 2018 or 2019?
Oh, I don't know.
2019, if I recall. Because I was there when all the books came out. Those lines went around the block at Gen Con. So one Gen Con I went to. Mike, what year was that? 2019 we all went? With Anna, myself, Carlos was there. All the GREYHAWK channel people were there. I was 18, wasn't it? It was 18.
Probably.
It was 2018.
It was definitely.
It was 2018.
Oh, we have somebody saying 2019.
Was it 2019? Yeah. I think was it? Okay. I thought it was 18.
I don't know.
Yeah, but Pathfinder 2, and then I don't know. Very cool, Dale. And Dennis, your final thoughts on this?
Well, like Rick says, it's been a blast. It's been. We'll see how much further we can get down the plot threads before we all drop dead.
Yeah.
And continue marching forwards. There's always more stuff to do. I mean, even just the material that we've got up to now, I mean, there's enough adventures that have been published and changed and new stuff done that we can play for years and years without anything else. But new stuff still comes along and it gets incorporated. I mean, the my campaign plot line as it is now, it's not exactly what it was 20 years. It's changed. It's over the decades. Adventures that we've done, stuff that Rick has done, things have modified the plans along the way, and it's everything is constantly being revised. I have an idea of where it's going. Do I know exactly where it's going? No,
No.
we haven't crossed that, and so it's a story that's being built from both the DM side and the player side, and I think that's probably true of probably all of your campaigns as well, I suspect. Um,
Well, you
but
have to
not
have.
everybody does.
Yeah.
Not everybody does the long game. It's just as fine to play one-offs for if
Thanks, Jeff.
that's your shtick.
I think you and I are in the community stand out as the long gamers, this ultra long gamers. There's long
Yeah.
gamers. I'd say a long campaign's 5 years.
See, that's nothing for
I
us.
know. But then you have the ultra long game. We're the ultra long gamers, right? You and I.
Yeah.
So we've been doing this for decades, and I got 3.5 years, and then I'm done, and I'm retiring, and then
It's full time.
well, more writing, more maybe more streams a week.
Yeah.
Because I'm running almost 4 streams a week now.
Which is crazy.
It is. I'm insane. But I've worked it out so that it's not really that interfering with the rest of what's going on in my life. So got it down to a science almost. But there's only 1 stream left until I go out with my next hip replacement, right? If I got this here. 1 sec. Am I going to go to right channel?
You're gonna hit the wrong button again?
Oh shit! It flipped again. It's always flip. For some reason, that flips on channel. I apologize. Yeah, it flips. And thank you, everyone. Wednesday, we're gonna do the. This was Les's idea. Ambassadors and diplomacy. Mike, Anna will be back. She'll love that one.
Great.
Yeah. The more I thought about it, the more I know about beyond just from the Ashes box set. I got a couple other ones that come to mind. So yeah, we'll do that one. We'll give it a shot, and that will be on. That'll be Wednesday at 7, and then I'll be in the hospital Thursday. I'll keep you all posted how things go, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
When I get back. So
The Bionic J.
almost, man.
If you want to skip the Wednesday after that, Jay, I'm out.
Okay.
I'm already out for the Wednesday after.
The Wednesday
Just
after that, definitely. Within a week of it, yeah. No, there will be no. What date's that?
It's gonna be hard to sit for that long.
Yeah, well, I'll be
Yeah.
That's this stand, so I can stand here. I can
30th.
stand with this one and move the camera up and down. I can stand.
Sure.
The 30th, definitely. We're out on the 30th. I have no game on
Okay.
31st. My target date is maybe Saturday the 2nd for DMing a game, a small game, or
You going out, Shannon?
sitting
Did you do
here
more?
while Curtis runs a champions game on the
Hey,
channel.
what are you doing? See
So
Rick's on.
we're getting it all. We'll figure it all out. Alrighty. So
Did you hand in anything more, Nate?
here we go. Let's call exclamation point
Okay,
drawing for the
good.
giveaways. All right. Let's call exclamation point drawing for the giveaways. First winner, if you do not have it, will win the expeditions to the ruins of GREYHAWK. The second one will get your choice of either Shokanth or Cult of the Reptile God or Border Watch, or if you have all 3 of them, something else in the pile. All right.
Should try to get Eric to sign that.
Yeah, well, I know, and I see him. The problem is I don't want to take stuff. I have with all the terrain that's going and all this, I just don't have room. And then I'm a platinum badge holder at GaryCon. I get all this crap. I give most of it away. I don't want to take it back with me. You know what I mean? It's too much. So that's the problem with even taking anything for anyone to sign. But
Yeah.
at Page, I'll have my car. So I could actually take stuff in my car for him to sign. Good idea.
Yeah, there you
Dibs.
go.
So be
Yeah.
there. Kai Brightwings, the winner of Expeditions to the Ruins of GREYHAWK. And Chris, GDTRB 1995, is the winner of the second. So, yes. Awesome, everyone. We're going to rate into Darling. So we can go into right around 100.
Woohoo!
So Dennis and Rick and Mike, thank you. Great discussion tonight. I really appreciate you coming on, sharing your experiences. Just note this style of DMing is not for everyone, but just
No.
note, but you can incorporate little bits and pieces. Having a long-term campaign plot arc and while other adventures are going on is not a bad thing. It may have nothing to do with the adventures they're running.
Yeah.
So thanks, Bob. Now you gave me a hype train. Thanks, John. Thank you very much. Couldn't have had this without Dennis inviting Rick. So,
Good meeting you, Rick.
We could not. Yes, very, very nice meeting you. Level 3 hype train. So, shoot, what do I do now? Well, we're gonna raid out during this because we've already had multiple hypes. This is our second one. So I'm gonna hit the wrong button here, and really appreciate all the support. And dang, Wayne, damn it. Hype trains at the end here.
Keep talking.
Virtual GrowCon. Please sign up. We got 22 events in.
Oh,
we
yeah.
need more. We need more events. Dennis, the Ask the Experts will be that Sunday night if you're available at 7. Let me go here real quick.
I always try to pencil that in.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
For those of you who are interested in Gray Space, there's Gray Space. Rex Felix is asking about it again. There's a gang of Spelljammer DMs that are they put together the Wild Space magazine.
Right.
There's going to be an issue coming out on Gray Space soon, very soon.
Nice.
I have an article in it, but so do a lot of other people. A couple of interesting surprise contributors as well to that.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it's I haven't seen Big Mac. I don't think Big Mac has been on Twitch in the audience, but he's one of the powerhouses organizing that. But still, yeah, the Gray Space one is, I think it's in formatting right now, and it's pretty much done. So it'll be released soon.
All right, so here they're starting to build up here, right? We got some new DMs, including Yoav Neve, if you know him from GaryCon, his company, NiStar Entertainment. So he's running this Isle of the Sunken Mage. We got some, we're getting a mix. We're getting a good mix of stuff in. Running from Thursday night now all the way to Sunday evening. So finishing up at 7 p.m. But you could run something later in that day if you wanted to. It's all good. So I opened up for Thursday evening. We get a couple events in there, so people can do stuff then. You mean ticket sales for events? It's right here on the front page, August 30th at noon EDT. Right there, August 30th, noon EDT. Okay, and that's a month and a week out before the con starts. So August 30th, noon EDT. Get their events in. We're about halfway there on the. I want 50, but we're getting there. None of the streams have put in events yet, so I got a lot of legwork to push them. So yes, he has a slot. He's doing Sunday afternoon. Normally does it 3. So he's doing the same thing Sunday at 3 for Guild Superior, but he hasn't put his event in Jeff. So I need to get on him to do that. Okay. Darling's got to put in an event. Folk and Mist got to put in an event. A Marquee. Orc Skull is going to be on. There's a lot of them need to get events in. All right. So got to work on that. And that'll be, Slackers. Yes, that's it. All right. So, Hype Train, we're not going to make it up to level 4, so we'll end at this. See you all Wednesday night for a little mini coup de grace on streaming for at least a week. So we'll see you soon. And I'm getting the wrong button here. Wrong button. All right.
Thanks all.
Yeah, thank you, Raiden and Darling. Dun, dun, dun. 3 followers away from 13,000. Woo!
Wow.
Yep. almost waiting for it to build up. All right, 95. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See you Wednesday. Thanks. Sure went.
Yep, it went. Rated with 96.
That's a good number.
Nice.
The
We were over 100. We were over 100 there